Today's short is being brought to you by Goya Foods. If it's Goya, it has to be good.
Your daily game plan for success. It's Sachs in the Morning. Steve Sachs.
Hi, Steve Sachs here with Sachs in the Morning, and today we're going to talk a little bit about time management. Time management is a very, very great thing to have in your life, especially with all the things that are available today. When you talk about social media and the availability to have things so quickly, we get distracted really, really fast. I know I do, and so I have to set some things in place. There's some things that we'll talk about today to keep things in order, and there's also some things called structures that you can also place, physical structures that you can place that can really help you out as well. So I think we'll just get off the mark here and talk about the 5 things that I think are really important. And we'll start this off with number 1 is that you set reminders for all your tasks. You know, this is easy to do with the smartphone or whatever. You know, you can have these little beeps, these little 15 minutes that come up before a meeting or an event, so you can be sure that you're on time for that. So very much an easy one right there to set the reminders for all your tasks. Number 2, and I like this one, and this is probably my favorite one, is to create a daily planner. I got a daily planner, I got a month planner, I got a year planner, and I go way out there because I got to keep myself, in the right place. So make a list of the tasks that you need to accomplish that day and note in upcoming meetings or deadlines as you become aware of them. So as you complete this list, make sure that you tick off those tasks that you have done, because sometimes you get yourself a little bit confused. I know I do. So I have that daily planner every time I wake up. It's been done the night before. So I wake up the next day, go down there, and there's the list. And I just got to check those things off as they come about. It's a very simple thing, but I've been doing it pretty much as long as I can remember, and it's a great help for me. One of the things I think is important as well is the number 3, and that's to give each task a time limit. So on your daily list of things that you're doing, be sure that you pen in how much time you think each task is going to take you. So if you don't finish, stop when the time you allotted ends, and then you can come back later and finish it up. Sometimes moving on to different responsibilities and then coming back is going to give you a fresh mind and a fresh start and a new set of eyes to look at this thing, to give you a new perspective, and then you can get the thing done then. Okay, here's maybe the most important one, and that is block out distractions. People talk about this, especially for a lot of us that are working from home, and that's happened because of COVID. We've got to really block out those distractions. First and foremost, you got to turn off your email notification. Make sure you minimize non-work distractions, such as your cell phone, social media, or your favorite online store. It's a lot easier working from home to go out and do a load of wash than it is if you're working at the office. Or, you know what? Maybe I'll run up to CVS real quick and get something that I need. Nope. You got to block out those distractions and make sure that you get the task done. And lastly is establish a routine. While at work, create a routine that makes the most sense for your position. Why is this important? Well, for starters, if a chaotic day comes along, you'll still work through the issue while adhering to your routine. By sticking to that routine, you won't be able to procrastinate. Most importantly, your mental health and stress levels are going to thank you. So be sure that you establish that routine, which is going to keep you in check. So, for example, about a year ago, I embarked on this idea, or put into action this idea of doing my own podcast, which I absolutely love. So we've passed that 1-year mark. But you know what? To do that, I have to be in the studio and cut 3 to 6 shorts every week, depending on the schedule. But I have to segment this schedule into the time allotted, given the fact that I'm traveling, I'm doing speeches here and there. We just had the All-Star break. There's always something that's coming about that could get in the way or distract me from doing it. But it's not going to happen, because we're going to make the time, and we're going to put in place the actions, and we're going to block out those things that could get in the way. So it's not an issue. So I think that's what you have to do as well, is to block out those distractions, block out those times, and just make it happen. And that's my short for today. If you like what you heard, give us a positive review, subscribe, and share. Also, remember that the Sachs in the Morning swag is now available on my Instagram site. Go to SachsInTheMorning_podcast. You'll see it right there on the Instagram, and just hit the link. Everything's there. Mugs, hats, tumblers, you name it. Take advantage of it. And thanks to Al Hendrickson Toyota for their support of this podcast. And be sure to visit alhendricksontoyota.com.